Hi, everyone. Okay, it's Friday night, so we've got the new moon here. We'll tap into this energy because there's a lot of activity in Aries happening right now, and there's people saying that it hasn't happened in 20,000 years, something like that. And so we'll just tap into this energy. Sounds like they're having a party upstairs. I'm getting ready to go to a quantum group. So there's a lot of outer interactive energy. Let's put it that way. Okay. Okay. Let's get I think I said okay like 3 times. So I picked the Osho Zen Tarot as well, which can be a little, I wouldn't say like darker, but yeah, I could say a little darker. Um, it's interesting that this one wanted to come up. So this one's in reverse. This is the Six of Swords, and it's called the burden. So the burden is all about leaving things behind and moving forward. And yet, this one, the mountain that they're about to hike is very steep, very hard and treacherous. And yet, this guy, he's got a cock, can represent the ego on his head. And then he's got this guy that he's riding like a camel and saying, "Hey, take me up this challenge." And so this is in reverse right now, meaning that something that you're about to overcome, there's still one lesson or one aha moment that you haven't quite found out yet. And so also holding back here, we have the outsider, Five of Pentacles. So this can be feeling left out of the cold. It can also be this feeling of, I'm not getting something yet, feeling like you're on the outside of a joke, you're not getting the punchline. You're like, I don't get it. It's that energy. And then below, you have two show cards that I haven't seen in the middle of this chaos, kind of if you're in the present moment, what's going on around you is chaos. It doesn't make much sense. Below this stuff is the stress, and this is holding you back. And you can see this guy is like balancing all these things, and then you have this little monkey about to burst your bubble because maybe you're trying to do too many things right now. So upright, you have projection, Seven of Cups. You also have Eight of Pentacles, which is ordinariness. The Eight of Pentacles in tarot is generally like a work card. And so when we are focused and we put our attention towards something, when we have purpose, especially, it's a great energy. And this is called ordinariness. She is very content. It looks like she's harvesting apples or something in an orchard. And there is some sort of projections of what work really is. Is it the 8 or 9 to 5 job, 40 days, 40 years of your life, 40 hours a week? And so um, there is this kind of a mirror effect of this reality versus a spiritual reality where this can completely, you know, sometimes when I'm doing quantum and people are going through a transition, they're worried about leaving a job and getting their dream job. And often when we transition, it's not really what happens because you need to grieve the loss of your old job in order to figure out who you are again, to know even where you want to work. So in that transition, I usually like advise people just work at a coffee shop or just get something that's going to help with your bills through the transition, but that you have this time to figure out why you're leaving this company and going to a new position, or if you're transferring from the 9 to 5 into spiritual work or whatever it is, just get you something that kind of is easygoing and ties you over to the next place, right? And so this is kind of in the middle of this chaos of figuring out this new norm for you. And I feel like you're just right in the middle of it right now and sometimes when we're in the middle of it, we start not trusting and we start pushing doors open that weren't meant to be pushed open, meaning you go get, a job that you're not really wanting, but you think you have to. And so there is this energy right now of, well, where is this moving forward? So you have, yeah, there's insight coming in for you. There's something coming in for you. Just hold up here. And then you've got the sun as well, the innocence. Seek joy, and some door is just going to open up for you. So keep that in mind that it's all about your frequency, it's all about your vibration, and it's not about your need to not trust or to worry, your need to worry. It's not about that. This is a whole different transition that you're about to head into. Okay. I'm just going to grab a little bit. Sorry, I have this quantum group tonight, so I don't have much time, but we'll get some of these oracles. They're just kind of words and images. So during this time, can we get some synchronicities that may help a person moving forward? Okay, so you have understanding moving forward. You're going to understand soon. You're in this, yeah, deception is holding you back right now. You're in between worlds. And so it's like limbo, right? It's not a very good place to be, especially if you're someone that likes to be home or you like to feel settled, which majority of humans do. And so this can be like an unsettling time and just wanting to know where you're going, what you're going to do, where you're going to be, where's my house going to be, am I staying, am I going, am I, all these kind of things are going on. So you have numbing. And on top of this deception holding you back, you have this commitment. And this looks like divine, this almost looks like the hand of God or something with the white sleeve holding hands. It's very guiding. Um, this isn't just like a commitment of marriage, this is like a commitment of purpose of your path. And then moving here, we have numbing with victim. So be very careful that in this energy, when people don't feel stable, they may run back to that of which they just quit. That can be a partner, that could be a job, that can be substances, anything like that. So don't move back to a bad behavior because you're right in this transition. Things are about to the door that's opening, you'll be pleasantly surprised, pleasantly pleased if you're available. Okay, so the numbness and the victim, you have concluded in reverse, and there's your key to open that new door, right? So be really mindful right now. I am feeling like a substance abuse type of warning. It doesn't have to be that. It can be like lust and stuff is kind of like an addiction as well. So there's something about an addiction with this victim and numbing of this feeling that you get. You just kind of run to someone or you run to something to numb that pain. And then abandonment came out with this can be an abandonment issue. And so when we have, remember, because we started this reading with that, the first thing here is that you're moving forward with a clean slate, but there's one lesson that you haven't solidified your boundary in properly. And so keep that in mind that whatever this is for you, this is a need to a need to be done with one lesson, one boundary, one test in order for this door to open. Whatever that looks like for you. There's something of needing strength still. And last message. And on that is the rebirth. Here's the 10 lessons. So this is the most painful card. You go from very tired to ex the lions roar, and then you return to your innocence. And that's what this journey is all about. This is what this transformation is all about. And we're at the start of the zodiac. So the new the new moon, the new chapter here is just starting. You're right in that chaos right before you get that last solidified boundary. Okay, can we get the best advice for this reading, please? Okay, this one wanted to come out, so it might be after this test, or it can be to nudge you towards doing it. Her hand gentles the war. No matter how much chaos there seems to be in your world, trust it. It is just what is necessary to move you into the right place at the right time for what is meant to be in your future. When it is no longer needed, her hand shall gentle an end of war. So she'll enter, like spirit will end the chaos once you just trust and stop trying to pry open doors. Stop trying to do any of that stuff. Look into an abandonment issue that you might still have. And that would be where the lack of trust is, is this can stem from childhood. This can be abandoned by parents. This can be abandoned by anything. And, teacher, lots of stuff. And so just kind of go into your history, see where you are on your path, how far back you are on your path, and go into that. Looking at your parents is always a great place to find abandonment. It really is, because those are the people that you're born to in this world. And so if they've caused abandonment issues in any way, then you're kind of they're your starting point, right? And so if you don't have a mother, father, if you were raised by your grandmother and grandfather, those would be the parents that I'm speaking of. Where you were brought into this world and at a young age you were brought up. So check those. Generally, the root cause can be there. And when we go deep enough into a hurtful root cause, that of a victim, that of a child, we can really move beyond these abandonment issues that we have, and we can see why we're having addictive behavior or sinful behavior in one way or another. Okay, you guys have a wonderful new moon and a wonderful week ahead. Bye.